As you know who else is on our A team? Our good friend from New York, Arlene Isaacs. She knows how to network, and she's about to teach me a thing or two. Hello, Arlene.
Greetings, greetings, my friends in Denver.
Well, welcome so much, Arlene. It is always fun to have you all the way from the East Coast. And I know you've been talking a lot these days with some corporate executives, helping them maximize the productivity of their teams. And when it comes to networking, you have some expert advice for our listeners. What do you have for us today?
Well, before you go, you have to say to yourself, what is my objective? Here in New York, it's not unlikely that you would want to kill an hour before you get on a commuter train to go back to Connecticut or New Jersey. So that might be one objective. I want to kill an hour.
How about survival? Just to get through it, because some people don't network real well.
Well, first you have to figure out why you're going. If you're going to meet a specific person, maybe it is a networking where there will be a panel, where there will be a speaker, where there will be a guest of honor. So Google that person and find out what you can that you can connect with. For example, I went to an event, really VIP, at the Waldorf here in New York, and I wanted to meet the CEO, a global power broker. And I found out that he and I had gone to the same graduate school.
Now, how did you find that out, Arlene? Because that's good information.
Google.
Googled him. Oh.
And I walked in, and I was, of course, appropriately, elegantly dressed, and he looked at me, and you have to have a ready smile. And I smiled at this nice man, and he extended his hand to bring me over. Why? You know, Eric, if an attractive woman is smiling at you.
Yeah, you're hot. I mean,
thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. And you don't want to seem like a fool and thump for, well, where did I meet you? Blah, blah, blah. Make it easy for Eric to say, of course. So I said, Eric, it's Arlene Isaacs.
Well, of course it is.
Exactly. That's exactly what he said.
Is it?
I love this. Arlene, here's the thing. You talk so much about distinguishing yourself from that competition by this preparation. And I think your preparation, bar none in the country, is better than anyone else's I've ever known.
Thank you.
I love it. So what happened next?
My dear, you don't want to know all of it, but what I can reveal...
She is a lady.
I might.
What I can reveal is I leaned in close, and the people he was with evaporated. And they left the two of us alone. His eyes were big, and his smile was big, and I leaned in and I said, Eric, I think you and I are the only two kids in this ballroom who went to school in North Dakota. Now, everybody else there is a Harvard, is a Princeton,
right,
is a USC. Now, here we are from this little bitsy school in North Dakota. Tell me that isn't something to draw you together.
Oh, absolutely. You found something in common, a great connection. And now, not only were you the only two kids in the room who went to school in North Dakota, you were pretty much the only two kids in the room. Everybody else disappeared.
And I got his own email, and I don't have to go through secretaries and assistants, but I don't bug him. I only send him something of value, something I have read or done that will enhance his business. And in my subject line, it's always the redheaded co-ed from North Dakota.
Oh,
so
my.
Immediately he has to smile, and he says, I'm not going to expunge this one.
I love this. Arlene, you are
And you
such
just
a
took
gem.
down all those barriers. Everybody's always wanting to know, how do you get to the CEO? And how do you get to the gatekeeper? And we're all so stuffy about our approach. We want to be super professional. You are incredibly relational in your approach.
Well, life is short, and I always believe in taste. I worked with the U.S. Chief of Protocol. I did a lot of high-powered things, and I understand that if you present yourself appropriate to the occasion, and that's another issue I'd like to talk on sometimes with you, about being appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
The way you speak, the way you dress, the way you handle yourself. You don't go in and say, hey, babe, I did not do that. I knew what the line was. This is a world-renowned, leader. And we could, it's a big stuffy event at the Waldorf anyway, but we could break ranks a little bit and use charm.
I love it. No one is more charming than you are, Arlene Isaacs, and apparently the Wall Street Journal thinks the same because they just did an article on you with about networking, right?
Exactly. And if I just made a little note, I speak with people on the phone and I email clients all over the United States. So if somebody's got something big coming up, or if you've got salesmen who are going to all of these events, you're spending money, you're investing money, time, and energy. What is your return? And if you need your salespeople or your representatives to maximize that return, give me a call, and I'm delighted to work with you.
That begs the question, Arlene, may I please have your number?
My number here is 212-864-6892.
All right, Arlene, for some of those who weren't quite pen ready, can we have it one more time?
Absolutely. 212-864-6892.
Well, you are definitely one of our classiest guests. Thank you so much for gracing our presence with yours. Arlene, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for calling on me.